Today we're talking about cat countries and dog countries, and whether the characteristics that we associate with cat lovers versus dog lovers can be applied to those countries that have either more cats or more dogs. Let me begin by asking you, are you a cat lover or a dog lover? It's the kind of question that can quickly divide a room. And for many of us, it says something about our personalities. So, do you have a cat or a dog or both? Maybe you have a hamster or a gerbil or a rabbit or a ferret or a bird or a snake, or maybe something more exotic. My father used to have a pet monkey. In fact, I have a funny story about meeting two monkeys in Missouri, which I will save for the end of this video. For now, let's focus on cat countries and dog countries. As I say, I've been wondering whether the traits that we associate with cat lovers and dog lovers could be connected to the countries where one or the other is more popular, and what that might say about the nations as a whole. Let me make one note, and that is that the statistics that I will share in this video do not account for stray animals. And on that note, did you know that the Netherlands is the first country to have solved its stray dog situation? And that's something that I will save for a future video because I think it is well worth discussing. So now let's just dive into the matter at hand. Let's start by looking at the traits typically associated with cat lovers. Traits that we might see reflected in the countries where cats dominate. According to a 2014 study by the University of Texas, Austin, cat lovers have certain characteristics. Cat lovers are generally more introverted. They enjoy solitude and quiet time, much like cats themselves. Cat lovers generally prefer smaller gatherings and more intimate environments, mirroring the reserved nature of cats. Cat lovers tend to score higher in creativity and intellectual curiosity. Like cats who are independent and mysterious, their owners often pursue artistic or intellectual endeavors. Cats are known for their self-sufficiency, and so are their owners. Cat lovers value autonomy and independence, preferring not to be overly dependent on others. And despite their reputation for aloofness, cats form subtle bonds with their owners, and so do their lovers. Cat owners tend to be more sensitive and empathetic. Now let's look at the traits typically associated with dog lovers, traits that we may see reflected in the countries where dogs dominate. Dog lovers are more extroverted. They enjoy being around people and engaging in social activities, just like the dogs who are known for their sociable nature. Dog lovers are people-oriented. They thrive on companionship and social interactions, just like the dogs they love. Dog lovers are often energetic, enjoying physical activities and social outings. They tend to be more enthusiastic and outgoing. Dogs are famously loyal, and dog lovers tend to have that same loyalty and protectiveness toward their loved ones. Dog lovers tend to score higher on agreeableness. They're more cooperative, kind, and compassionate. They're also generally optimistic and prefer harmony in their relationships. Now let's look at countries where cats are the preferred pet. These are places where a higher percentage of people own cats compared to dogs. Some countries where cats dominate include Austria, Switzerland, Norway, France, Latvia, and the Netherlands. The Netherlands, where I live now, is a cat country by a lot. There are 3 million cats currently in the Netherlands and 1.8 million dogs. But did you know that there are more aquarium fish here in the Netherlands than cats and dogs combined? There are 5.6 million aquarium fish here. Meanwhile, There are 1.8 million birds, 400,000 rabbits, 300,000 rodents, 300,000 reptiles, and 200,000 horses. But back to our analysis of cat countries and dog countries. Romania is Europe's most cat-loving country. A whopping 48% of households in Romania have at least one cat. Austria, Switzerland, Norway, France, Latvia, the Netherlands, Romania, among others, are cat countries where cats outnumber dogs. Despite some variations among countries, Europe as a whole is a cat continent, with the exception of Spain, Portugal, and Ireland. In Europe, there are 129 million cats to 106 million dogs. Cat countries tend to have a quieter, more reserved country, which are traits that align with those that we associate with cat lovers. Introversion, independence, creativity. The cultures of cat countries often emphasize intellectual pursuits, efficiency, and a calm, measured pace, much like the nature of cats. Now, let's move to countries where dogs dominate. These are countries where there are more dogs than cats. These countries include the United States, Czechia, Ireland, Spain, Slovakia, and Hungary, which tops the list of dog-loving countries in Europe, with a whopping 50% of households in Hungary owning at least one dog. In India, pet dogs outnumber cats 10 to 1. Dogs enjoy a 2.5 to 1 advantage in China. South America as a whole is dog territory, as is much of Asia. So these regions are die-hard dog zones, and they tend to have energetic, extroverted, and social cultures, just like the traits that we associate with dog lovers. Dog lovers tend to be more socially oriented, more outgoing and extroverted, and energetic, just like the dogs that they love. We've already discussed the traits of cat and dog lovers, so let's consider some more about whether those characteristics can be extrapolated to the countries where one or the other is more dominant. For example, in Germany, Austria, and Norway, where cats dominate, we might expect to see values of independence and quiet contemplation. These countries often have a high standard of living, intellectual rigor, and a calm, measured pace of life, traits that reflect the independent and introspective nature of cats and their owners. On the other hand, in the United States, Czechia, and Ireland, for example, where dogs are more popular, we see a culture that's energetic, social, and community-focused. These countries are known for their extroverted populations, with a strong emphasis on loyalty, enthusiasm, and sociability, traits that mirror the friendly, outgoing nature of dogs. So what do you think? Do the personalities of cat and dog lovers align with the cultures of the countries where these pets are most popular? Could the traits of pet owners be reflected in entire nations? I would be curious to hear from you about what you think of your own country. Is it a dog country or a cat country? And do you think that those characteristics are reflected in the people and the culture and the way of life? Let me know in the comments. Now, as promised, I'm going to tell you about the time I met two monkeys in Missouri. At the time, I was working at the Philadelphia Museum of Art, and there was an exhibition of Winslow Homer paintings in Missouri, and I was traveling with several multi-million-dollar paintings to Missouri for that exhibition. And in my free time, I went to an animal reserve where there were some monkeys. And I can still remember as I approached the enclosure There were two darling little monkeys, one a girl and one a boy. And the little girl monkey, she was absolutely smitten with me. She was, it was love at first sight. I think for her, I was the most handsome monkey that she had ever seen. And I remember her just reaching through the enclosure, trying to hold my hand. It was so sweet, so touching. And the boy monkey, on the other hand, was fascinated with my car keys, shiny object, and he wanted nothing more than to take those car keys from me, which I made sure he was not able to do, but he was fascinated with them. And as he reached his little hand through the enclosure, I couldn't help myself. I gently caressed one of his little black wrinkled fingers, and he quickly recoiled and withdrew his hand, and I could see the frown on his face. And it made me think of the boundaries that even exist socially in the world of monkeys in terms of same-sex behavior. And it's obviously frowned upon for a man monkey like myself to caress the finger of a male primate. And I don't know, that just tickles me to this day. So that's my story about meeting two monkeys in Missouri, something that I will never forget. So I just want to thank you once again for watching my videos and joining me today in this little debate about cat countries and dog countries. And I hope to hear from you, your thoughts about that matter. Thank you once again for watching, and until next time, take care.